So players, one of the things in Super Dave, probably the most common thing that we hear from players is what? I want to build my
confidence.
Yeah, right? And so a big push here when we're doing this program is we're saying we want you to build your confidence so you can perform well under pressure. So we really need to understand confidence, because quite often I'll say to a team or to an audience of players, I'm at a kind of prospect camp or something, I'll say, all right, so what do you really want to improve? And eventually I'll hear back, confidence. I've got to feel confident. Like, I need to feel confident. Okay, great. Tell me how you improve your confidence. And then it could be blank and could be quiet for the next 5 minutes, right? So what we really want to do is understand, what is confidence? How do you build confidence? What erodes confidence? Because just like any other skill, if you think of this as we're kind of building the muscle of the mind, the muscle of the brain, you have to work it. You have to practice it. You have to do things with it in order to build that strength. And let's look at that as what we're talking about. Confidence is a strength, and you build it over time, okay? So let's start thinking a little bit about what are the sources of confidence. I want our players to understand that confidence is a belief, right? So it's a belief. It's a belief that I have the skills, the training, the ability to do what's necessary at this moment in time. It's a belief that I can adapt. So if the game changes and the game plan changes, I can adapt to it, right? Confidence has this component of, I'm trained, I'm prepared, I'm ready.
Now, when I think about that, I'm trained, I'm ready, am I engaging memory? Am I engaging trust that I've done it before? How am I building up to this?
Yeah, well, you're engaging both of those, right?
Okay.
So if we're thinking about what confidence is, so if you're thinking about that belief, that trust, think about the sources. So when I think about confidence, and when we think about, how you build confidence, there's two primary sources. Like, these are the two biggies, right? Like so if you're like, okay, there's nothing I take away from this but, confidence stuff. Your past success is your biggest source of confidence initially.
What if I don't have a whole lot of past success?
That's a good question. Now, I would say for any player, if you dig deeply enough, you will find things that you've been successful at on the ice. You have to look for it. But you're right. So in the sense of, it's the first time I'm in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I've never been there before. Right? So I don't have, I've already won a cup to draw on. Right? So where am I going to draw from that confidence? Well, maybe I won a cup at the American League. Maybe I won one in junior hockey. Maybe I won a national championship in college hockey. All right? So now you're going from a past success. Well, I've won championships before. Right? So you've got to look back to those previous times when I've played well. That's one. But if you don't have a ton of those, and even if you do, the most next important source of confidence is your preparation. Your physical and your mental preparation. If I feel like I've trained hard and I understand the tactics and I understand the systems and I have the skills and I've overlearned those skills, and that's really important, players, overlearning skills. You know how, like, when you get out there and you ride a bike right now, you don't think about it. It just happens, right? When you've played your best hockey, you're not thinking too much on the ice. You're just going on trust. You've overlearned the skills and now they happen naturally. And so overlearning is a really important part of that preparation. So
now if I'm building confidence, right, and what do I want to be confident in? Like, if we're talking, big picture, do I want to be confident in, I'm a fast skater? Do I want to be confident in we can win this game? Like, is it more the team or is it more about me? What would you say there?
Yes, and all of it.
Okay.
All right. So if I'm thinking about confidence, we're going to feel most confident. All right. We know how the mind works when I'm focused on actions and things that I can control. So I can control if I'm sprinting to pucks. I can control if I'm protecting a puck well. I can control if I have good stick on puck. I can control if I have a good gap. I can control if I know my assignment on a face-off and, if I got to get out to the point and block a shot, that I get in the shot lane. I can control those things. So when I'm focused on those actions, right, I'm going to feel more confident. If I break it into a small chunk, if I go a shift at a time, if I stay here and now, right, I may not, if I think about the whole game, You know, am I going to be able to score today? And what, you know, what's this final score going to be? That's too big.
Okay.
Right? My confidence is going to come when I focus on a small chunk of time. 30 seconds. Can I move my feet? Can I get to the puck? Can I get to the net for 30 seconds? Can I do that consistently? Yeah, I can do that.
I can do that.
Well, now I've got a belief.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
execute,
Okay.
right? And so confidence is that, but it's also, when you talk about the whole game plan, do I trust the coach's game plan? Do I trust my teammates to do their job? If I trust those things, if I have a belief that those things set us up in a position to be the best version of us, then the outcomes tend to take care of themselves. I've got to focus on the process, what I can control, stay in the moment, and that helps me with my confidence.